Welcome back. My name is Mahmoud Abu Siddiq, Assistant Professor at Potokali Science and Technology University, Bangladesh. After this video, you will be able to explain the impacts of land use or energy, particularly energy efficiency. Isolated land use pattern makes housing scattered, sparse population densities, distance, average commuting or personal trips, and these are directly related to increasing vehicle mile traveled. Vehicle mile traveled or VMT is a performance measure widely used in land use and transportation planning with a view to sufficient energy use. It is defined by measuring total amount of distance traveled by all types of vehicle in a special unit over a period of time, usually 1 year. VMT is considered as a crucial proxy data for identifying vehicle emission and energy consumption. Sustainable development and energy conservation can be achieved through reducing vehicle mile travel using variety of methods, including mixed-use development, urban block development, encouraging transit-oriented development. In addition, establishing combined heat and power system, ensuring available green spaces, and energy support land use policies can unlock energy efficiency and ensure sustainable development. At first, I would like to talk about the impacts of mixed-use development on energy or energy efficiency. Mixed land use development in the sense of urban development, planning and zoning refers as the blended land use that combines at least two distinct types of compatible land uses such as residential, commercial, institutional, cultural or entertainment uses into one space. We can establish blended land use in the same building or in close proximity to each other, where the functions are to some degree physically or functionally integrated and provide pedestrian connection. For instance, mixed-use development can be vertical, where a single building could include a business on the first floor and residential uses on the upper floors. It may also be horizontal, where a range of different structures on the same site is perform a specific objective, such as housing building or office buildings or playground, parks, shops or other types of facilities. Mixed land use development makes the urban environment more attractive. Mixed land use development is more realistic than monofunctional neighborhood in order to reducing energy demand for motorized travel, average travel distances for commuting or personal trip, and promote walking and other non-motorized travel. Toronto City in Canada is one of the earliest cities in North America that adopted mixed-use development policy. City planners started to promote high-density development by blending land uses near to metro stations during the rapid expansion of cities' transit network in 1960s. Mixed-use developments exist throughout the Toronto, but most mixed-use zones are located in the downtown core because of the location, politically and planning history that concentrated on mixing land uses close to the transit network. The concept of mixed land use of Toronto has adopted in the other cities of Canada and the United States to bring similar changes. Scholars define urban block as a part of urban area that is spatially isolated by road networks from the surrounding parts. It is also called as the residential cluster encompassed by road network. In 2005, Scholar Towers identified three types of urban blocks, such as tower block, linear block, and perimeter block. He investigated the same amount of floor spaces could be arranged in tower, linear, or perimeter block, but need to control its height. He estimated that same result can be achieved in 15-story tower, 5-story linear, and 3-story perimeter block. There is no fixed size for an urban block. It may vary across the cities around the world. The appropriate size of an urban block is up to 120 meters, considering walkable, active, and livable urban space. But sometimes it may be accepted up to 500 meters. in high-rise urban areas. In Tokyo, Japan, size of typical urban block is 50 meter width, while it is 70 meter in Vienna or Paris, 100 to 120 meter in New York and Washington DC. Urban block represents mixed uses and public shops exist in the ground floor, usually linear pattern, and connected with the road network. Hence, energy savings can be achieved through decreasing energy demand for motorized travel. Transit-oriented development is an urban land use and transport planning tool that focuses on the mixed-use development within the walking distance of transit stop for maximizing the transport service efficiency. The concept of transit-oriented development has been started since late 1980s. Distance between origin and destination is the key factor in transit-oriented development that motivate or demotivate the users to use the transit or not. Many scholars identified that the standard walking distance is 10 meters from house, business or leisure spot to public transport. However, this distance may vary depending on the location and user specific needs. Combined heat and power system or CSP. A country can achieve energy efficiency by introducing and incorporating combined heat and power system in individual level and or district level. CSP is the heat and power production system that operates in a single process. CSP at district level is usually called as district heating with combined heat and power. It is a system and process of generating heat at central level and distributing it to the users. However, the actual benefits of CSP is higher in mixed-use development rather than single-use. Nevertheless, CSP at individual level also provides an outstanding opportunity to supply heat and power at many buildings, like hotels, educational institutions, medical centers, residential houses, etc. Green spaces. Most of the urban areas are considered as the center of heat generation and commonly called as urban heat island. Is largely dependent on solar insolation, wind speed, cloud cover, humidity, vegetation coverage, construction materials, etc. Urban heat islands consume huge amount of cooling energy during the summer season. Sufficient green spaces in urban areas can support minimizing air temperature across the horizontal and vertical scale and diminishing cooling energy prerequisites inside the urban areas and its periphery. Some scholars explain green spaces as the natural air conditioner that can reduce building energy and create barrier to release carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and ozone gases in the atmosphere. Energy support land use policies. Land use planning and regulations are the public policy exercise that designate and regulate the use of land in order to improve a community's physical, economic, and social efficiency and well-being. These regulations are also involved in achieving energy efficiency or diminishing marginal energy demand. Many scholars identified land use policies as the root cause of land use change. Land use policies can attain energy conservation by incorporating several sections regarding mixed-use development, urban block development, transit-oriented structural development, establishment of combined heat and power system, green fields development, improvement of mass transport, walking, cycling access, etc. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video.